Hey, Cal, just wondering, mental preparation. Have you changed anything in the last couple of years, knowing that you're in a different position, a fixture on this team right now?
I think it's more so just maturing and growing in this role. And when you first start, you always have you know, whether you've played in the NHL or not, kind of not doubts, but you haven't proven yourself yet at this level. And I think that I've kind of slowly established myself a little bit, but I still have a lot to prove for me. So it's I'm comfortable and confident in that regard that I know I can play at this level and be successful, but extremely hungry to kind of prove myself even more and show what I believe in my eyes I can do and my true potential.
Do you do anything, Cal, that you would consider goaltender specific training? I've seen some things in the past, lights and reflex improvement, and you're touching things with your hands as they come on. Anything like that you've done to try to enhance your game?
Yeah, I mean, there's some eye training I do over the summer. I skate quite a bit, so I kind of keep I would say I kind of keep tight during that. But like on a physical side, I do a lot of Pilates, which is something that's a little bit unorthodox, but I think it really helps in my position. You put your body in kind of different situations and you build strength. From either stretching or being able to be stable in a lot of positions that I find myself in as a goalie. And so that's kind of helped me a lot over the summers, feel really strong and places that don't usually get worked on just through normal strength training.
Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, Jim.
Next up is Zach Dooley.
Hey, Kyle, I know it's still so early in the process, but you have such a unique perspective of the group from where you are in net. Is there one area of the team that you've seen a noticeable change or improvement on from last year?
I think it's on both sides. I mean, offense and defense. I think the additions that we made have kind of really kind of bolstered each side of it. With Ed's on the back, I feel extremely confident with our group and not a lot of holes in that area. And, that confidence I think is huge. And then, it feels too, on the offensive side, just such a much more balanced lineup. And I think guys are starting to feel that too. I think it's tough in preseason, like guys have been saying, to find the chemistry right away. But I think right now we're really starting to find our footing and just feels like more of a solid team up and down the lineup. And I think that's instilled a lot of confidence, from Quickie and I feel really happy with where the team's at and where we're starting from.
And this is, you've been a part of NHL seasons in the past, but it's never been that full 82 game season, full travel. Like, what are you most looking forward to about this season specifically?
Yeah, I mean, I think, number one, just having fans back, I think that's been just huge. And, we could already tell in the preseason how much of a difference that makes night in and night out, and getting yourself prepared for the game and getting excited and getting the jitters and stuff that you get when you have a full house. And so that's something that I'm really looking forward to. I know a lot of the guys are too. And again, just visiting the cities that we haven't been in a while, going up to Canada, going on the East Coast. The last year is, you kind of miss out on, I guess, the NHL lifestyle and being able to kind of play all over and experience different cities. And so I think that's something I'm really looking forward to. And, just the kind of sense of normality that, we all search for in a regular season.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Zach.
Next up is Nick Nixon.
Hi, Cal. Obviously, Jonathan Quick's career, since he broke in, he's been one of the best in the NHL. And you've been around him now for a couple of years. I'm going to assume you've learned stuff from watching him. Can you talk about what you've learned in just watching Quick day after day, either in games and practices, since your time with the Kings?
Yeah, there's been a lot. From a game management standpoint, I mean, he's a guy that obviously he's accomplished a lot of the things that I hope to accomplish in my career. And I think there's no better guy to have as your partner than that. And, to see the way that he manages games, closes out games when they're on the line, makes a big save when you need it. And he has kind of a quiet leadership about him that I've really taken to. And also just, he's such a dynamic goaltender and has been for so many years that I feel like my game's evolved just being around him and seeing things that he try and, things that I maybe even subconsciously try just because of watching him. And I think it's helped take my game to a new level and add kind of a new, sort of a couple tools in my toolbox that I, didn't have before until playing with him and training with him and watching him every day. So I think he's been a huge help and a huge, kind of model in that regard of helping me set my foundation for success.
Has there been one bit of advice that he has given you, if he's given you any, that has really stuck with you?
I wouldn't say there was anything, any specific advice that I can really remember. I mean, I try and pick his brain, whether it's on, players on the other team or in preparation for games. But, I think the greater kind of influence and impression that he's had on me has kind of gone beyond just words he's told me. It's more so, things he's done, the way he prepares, the way, the way he plays the game and how hard he competes. And I think that's been more of an influence over me than really anything he said.
Thanks, Cal.
Thank you.
And time for one more before Blakey. We'll go to Lisa Dillman.
Hi, Cal. You mentioned something earlier I was curious to hear more about, was the eye exercises. Is that something that is done on like how frequent a basis is it done, and how long have you been sort of incorporating that into your routine?
It's something I've done kind of over, the past couple of years. I worked a little bit on it in college, a little bit on it in pro. I think it's something that, I wouldn't say I rely super heavily on, but, in my off time or anything that I can just do a little bit of training on it. Sometimes it's done on a computer. Sometimes it's just working on, different site peripherals and working on that. But, it's obviously a huge part of, what I need to be successful, having good eyesight and strong eyes. So it's something I do, but I wouldn't say it's an enormous part of my training, but it's just kind of a little supplementation that I like to do.
And separately, does the mood just feel lighter, for lack of a better word? I mean, it's in comparison to what you all went through last year, where you really couldn't even hang out, really.
Yeah. I mean, I think that side of it has been a complete 180. I mean, we're getting a chance to really come together as a team, be able to hang out with guys outside of the rink, go to dinners, be with each other, watch football. I think that has been something that's been huge and helped us kind of come together very early. And I think on top of that, we had, a vast majority of the guys here in the summer, where we kind of already started that team building. And I think it's been great so far. I'm really excited for that aspect of it. And then, at the same time, what these new guys and what everybody can bring to help winning hockey games, I think it's awesome too. So I'm extremely excited. I know a lot of guys are really excited for it.
Thank you.